We're being joined now by the University of San Francisco Dons. The Dons with a 69-60 victory over the University of San Diego. Now San Francisco advances to the West Coast Conference semifinals, where they'll take on the winner of our next game between Brigham Young and Loyola Marymount. Monday's game times are to be determined. We're joined by head coach Rex Walters, along with student athletes Tim Dirksen and Avery Holmes. Coach, your thoughts on the win?
It's really hard to beat a good team 3 times in a row. And every single one of those games were just like that. I got the utmost amount of respect for Billy Greer, a guy that's absolutely doing it the right way. He's got a good team. That team's only going to get better. Although they lose Kramer, their bigs, just watching them on tape, we watch a lot of tape, watching them, their bigs getting better. And obviously when you got a guy like Johnny D and Christopher Anderson, and then we knew that Duda was banged up. So saying all that, I'm really proud of our guys, what they've done. Our defensive effort in the second half was phenomenal. To hold a guy like Johnny D, every single shot that Johnny D took except for 2 baseline out of bounds, I thought were very difficult shots. So I'm really proud of our defensive effort. Obviously, these 2 guys sitting next to me, Tim was a big reason why defensively we wanted to put Timmy out there because of his nose for the basketball and his will to fight through screens. And then, Avery Holmes just did it again. Avery Holmes, when we need buckets, when we need a big play offensively, it makes my job really easy to say, hey, let's go flat and give it to Avery and let's let him make a play. And teams will try to do some things, so I'll try to be creative, Avery, to make it a little easier for you. But, proud of our team. Cole Dickerson, we were worried about foul trouble. We had 3 guys with 3 late in the second half and trying to shuffle. I thought Ticket gave us good minutes coming in. It's a great feeling to be in the semis again. We'll figure out who we play next and move forward. But I'm just proud of our guys.
We'll take questions from media members. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone so our friends watching on YouTube can hear your question. Please give us your name and affiliation. We'll start with questions for student athletes first, please. Steve?
Steve Croner from the Chronicle. Tim, if you were going to finish this sentence, trying to guard Johnny D is, how would you finish it?
Difficult.
More than one word?
I'd say extremely hard. Tiring. Tiring. Tiring.
He wears out our guys, he not wears out, but it's hard. The great thing about Timmy tonight was he was great offensively as well, but it wears out a little bit. Mark Tolleson chasing those guys and Chris Anderson chasing those guys. So sometimes our offensive game by guys aren't as good. Now what Timmy did is number one, he got out on the fast break and got his layups. He attacked. And, to have him, he was kind of like our relief pitcher. He was Goose Gossage tonight. He was our relief pitcher. We put him in there to finish the game off when our starter did a great job. I thought Mark did a great job. He was let me see, Tim Lincecum, okay? And then we had Goose Gossage coming in to relieve him and did a great job. That block shot totally changed the tide of the game. And Johnny had made a couple. That block shot, and then he comes down. I believe he got a layup off of that. It was a big change in momentum right there for us. So I'm a little bit more long-winded than Tim. I'm surprised you got 2 words out of him. I mean, he's pretty much got that face on a lot. So.
Other questions?
Can you guys talk a little bit about your team's composure? San Diego made a run. They got it to within 1 point. And it seemed like you guys were very calm and you were able to sustain that run. Can you talk a little bit about that?
That's the game of basketball. San Diego made a run, but our guys are good, stay composed. And we're very together, so that helped us. We just keep talking to each other throughout the game and stuff, and I think that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I agree with what Avery was saying. I think the difference between last year's team and this year's team is just how tight of a group we are. All the way down the bench, everyone really gets along. Everyone's always talking to each other. I think they made a little bit of run. There was a timeout, and as soon as we all go to the bench, everyone's talking. Everyone's staying real positive with each other, and that's the difference when you go out there and you're not taken back by big shots like that. We're going to make a run, we're going to get stops, and there's going to be guys that are going to come off the bench and make those plays for us, and that's kind of what it's been down the stretch for us.
I think a year of experience helps too. These guys have been in that moment before a lot. And these 2 guys were thrown into the fire as freshmen. We thought that they were really good when we recruited them. I was actually right on those, that time. It's different, it's a different environment. Getting used to coming to Vegas, getting used to the crowd. Our crowd was great tonight. USF, thank you guys. Our fans were phenomenal. But getting used to that environment, I thought last year against LMU, instead of looking for a way in to the fight, we kind of looked for a way out, and we weren't ready, quite honestly, for that moment. This group is ready for that moment, wanted the moment. I've been talking about this, but you got two guys now that were thrown into the fire, played 30-plus games, played an awful lot of minutes. Cole Dickerson as a senior, the only two guys really that haven't been in that were Cruz and Jumbo, and I thought that they played a really good game for us. So I think a year of experience makes a lot of difference for us.
We got time for maybe two more in the front.
Not taking any questions from BYU guys. You're not wearing BYU. I'm messing with you.
Will Moppin, SB Nation. This one's for Tim. There was a period in the second half where you were driving to the basket, getting layups, drawing fouls, going to the line, in addition to your energy on defense. Where did that aggressiveness come from?
I think early in the second half and at halftime, Coach just said that their bigs weren't getting back on defense, and they were sending four guys to the offensive rebound. So I think a lot of us, that kind of just clicked. As soon as we got a defensive rebound, we were just going to go, and we are just going to run. And when we're running, we're getting stops. It's a lot easier for us to get offense. And that's kind of what I do best. Just a lot of energy, just run the floor. And usually Avery or Jumbo usually finds a way to give me the ball running.
Jason?
Rex, first, BYU obviously plays a part in the No Sunday play, and how does that change the dynamic for a coach in preparing for a semifinal game right now?
It's really good. I think you're going to find more so in this tournament now, the team that's playing the best will truly win the tournament. You know what I mean? The team I thought fatigue played a big part of the tournament pass, and it's give and take. You know what I mean? Because you want to protect your conference champion. You know what I mean? I think all of us coaches aren't crazy about conference tournaments, although it's a great environment. It's Vegas. It's a great place to watch a game. Obviously, we want to make our conference a lot of money. Hopefully, we're doing that for Jamie. You know what I mean? But you also want to make sure that the team that's playing the best in the conference and fatigue plays such a big factor. I remember on our third game, I think 2 years ago, I think we played St. Mary's. And our guy, I remember Angelo like joking, saying, I'm not tired. And you could tell in his eyes, like, I'm fried right now. I'm fried. You know what I mean? But as a senior leader, he was trying to fight through it and trying to put on a brave face. A lot of our guys, we didn't have the toughness to get through that. Well, now with the day off in between, it will truly be, it may not be the conference champion. Hopefully it's not, you know what I mean? But it's going to be the team that's playing the best on that given night, which I think makes for a true and a better conference tournament champion. So I think Loyola Marymount will have some fresh legs tonight. They're gonna if Ireland and Payne get hot, they're very dangerous, and they're playing. They're going to play free and flowing and play as if they have nothing to lose. And I think that's one of the biggest keys for a conference tournament. I'm telling our guys, hey, the team that's going to be talking to each other the most, pointing to each other enough, and when the right time is right, high-fiving and hugging each other, that's probably the team that's going to win. You know what I mean? We want to be that team. With not now having to worry about fatigue, because fatigue is going to fatigue makes cowards of us all. You know what I mean? Well, fatigue won't be as big a factor in this tournament now, which I think is a good thing in a lot of ways.
Last question.
Assuming you do play BYU, you said at the beginning here, tough to beat a team 3 times. What will it take to get over the hump with them?
Well, we got to keep them off the glass. We got to keep them off the glass. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, they get big rebounds, they get timely rebounds. We feel like it's a great matchup. We'd be excited about that. We'd be excited about Loyola Marymount. We're excited to be in the semifinals. There's 4 teams that have a chance to win this thing after tonight. We're one of them. We've earned that right. I told our guys I think we're the best team here, quite honestly, and we have a chance to prove it because I can talk about it till the cows come home. I'm not Joe Namath, but at the end of the day, it's a team that does it on the floor. It's going to get it done, and I think we got as good a chance as anyone. I think we're better.
San Francisco, congrats on the win. We'll see you Monday. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming out.
We're being joined now by the University of San Diego head coach Bill Greer, student athletes Johnny D. and Christopher Anderson. Coach, we'll start with you and an opening statement on the game, please.
Yeah, first of all, I want to congratulate USF. I've talked to Rex about this, but I admire what they've done this year after losing such a great player in this league in Cody Doolin, and they kind of use that as a kind of a rallying point, I think, to get together. And I think the thing I've been the most impressed with them throughout the season is the toughness that they've played with. And really I felt in all 3 games that we've played against them, they've out-toughed us down the stretch. They did it our place when we were up 9 with 7:20 to go. They did it their place to make plays, to hit a shot basically at the buzzer to beat us. And then, in the first half, they certainly did. And we cut it to 1. But again, they made plays. They went on a big run. And I think that's why they've had the year that they've had.
Thank you. We'll take questions from media members. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone. We'll start in the front.
Johnny, you guys trailed for a lot of the game, but you were really never out of it. Can you just talk a little bit about the battle and the fight that your team put up today?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of games this year where we've fallen down early, and that's just kind of the character of our team is just be resilient and keep battling up, don't quit in the game. And unfortunately, we weren't strong enough and tough enough down the last 6 minutes, and that's why we lost. But it's kind of a never quit attitude with this team.
I certainly don't mean the toughness thing as a negative thing towards my guys. I just have been impressed with the way they have played down the stretch. Not just our games. I mean, if you look at all their games this year, they've won a lot of close games, and that's been a struggle for us. We've lost 6 games by 4 points or less, and that kind of wears on you. But I think the thing that this group has been incredible with this year is how resilient they've been, fighting through a lot of those close losses. I think some teams, you lose a number of games that are so close, you kind of cave in, and this group never has.
John?
Chet from the Spokesman Review. Johnny, you've seen a lot of defensive looks this year. They throw a 6'9" guy at you at times tonight, and counter with Dirksen. Can you just go through trying to get free and get some open looks, how difficult that was?
Yeah, I think that was a good game plan on their part because he's 6'9", but he's not as quick as some of the guys I've seen in this league. So I initially was open, but by the time I shot the ball, I was contested, and that kind of threw me off, and I took some bad shots, and basically because he was able to recover so quickly with his length.
Amanda?
Chris, this league this year has been just such a battle. Every day anyone kind of has a chance to win. Can you just talk a little bit about the toughness of this league this year and just how this game was kind of indicative of that?
I mean, like you said, anybody can win at any time. It's just showed this whole year. Top teams going down, the top beating the bottom beating the top. I mean, like you said, it's just tough. You got to be ready every game. You got to be prepared, mentally prepared. Like you said, it's a toughness thing, and nobody wants to lose in this league. I think everybody battles hard, and they were the tougher team tonight. I mean, we played hard, we battled back, but it's just one of those days.
Well, my take on the league has been that I think in the years that I've been in this conference, I've never seen the bottom half of the league as strong as it's been. LMU obviously had injury problems and struggles, but they beat BYU at home in the opening weekend. And I think that just kind of shows the depth of the conference. And this year, I think there's a couple of good teams at the top, there's not the number 1 team in the country like there was last year. I just thought there was greater balance in the conference, and really I know when voting on the all conference team, I had a tough time. There's only 10 spots. I was leaving guys off the all conference team that I thought were certainly worthy. I think there's more good players in this league than there ever has been.
Any other questions for San Diego? John?
Bill, Holmes has been awfully tough on you guys in 3 games, and tonight
yes.
when you did get it to 1, he stepped up with 3 big buckets. What's difficult about matching up with him?
Well, I think because he's got quickness similar to Chris, but he shoots it so well from 3. And he's kind of been big shot Bob against us, so to speak. I mean, he's made some really. He hit the game winner at their place. He obviously tonight he made some great shots, and he's got a toughness and a way about him to step up